here we go again. Parents, listen to this. There is a new prank challenge that mostly teenagers are playing now, and some of them are getting very hurt.
It's called the Duct Tape Challenge. Now, these videos were taken from YouTube. We did a simple search on the site. We got more than 200,000 videos where teens, here's what they do. They wrap themselves up in duct tape, and then what they call the fun comes in when they have to try to break free from the duct tape.
But things went very badly for one Washington State teenager. There he is. This is about 2 weeks ago. He's 14 years old. His name is Skyler. Was a normal, teen hanging out with all his buddies when they said, hey, we're going to do this duct tape challenge on you. But then he tried to get free from it, lost his footing, trying to break out of the tape, and smashed his head on the corner of a window frame, and he ended up hitting the concrete. He had a broken eye socket from it, an aneurysm on his brain, a broken cheekbone. Skyler needed 48 staples on the top of his head. See those staples across his skull? He really got messed up. So I had never heard of this. We contacted our social media expert. She studies stuff like this. Hi, JJ Cannon.
Good morning.
Good morning. Had you heard of this before? The Duct Tape Challenge?
I've heard of it. It's been around for at least 4 years.
Wow.
Along with other challenges like, eating spoonfuls of cinnamon and drinking bleach.
Mm-hmm.
So, boys will be boys, kids will be kids. I have a 30-year-old son who survived all sorts of craziness in his teenage years. I think that today, though, with social media, there's such a desire to go viral and have the notoriety that any type of thought about what the risk might be involved, or thinking a couple of steps ahead, like duct taping your legs and your arms together and not being able to move, might not be the best idea.
Well, it seems somewhat benign when you look at the little videos. They're taping themselves, getting all wrapped up in tape, and everybody's laughing and having fun. But then oh my goodness, they start hopping up and down, and that's what happened to that kid. He starts hopping up and down, trying to bust free, loses his footing, and hits his head.
I mean, we use duct tape to fix so many things. It's very strong. I would think that, especially these boys would know that. But again, it's all fun and games until you wind up with a brain aneurysm in the hospital and staples in your head, and now your parents have these huge medical bills they have to worry about.
In fact, his mom put together a GoFundMe page for her son, Skyler, 14 years old.
But here's the thing, as a parent, because like you said, there's all the cinnamon challenge, and you said there's a bleach challenge, and then there's a duct tape challenge. How do you see, because these kids, they're on social media, they see these things, they think it's cool, everyone else is doing it. What do you say to your kids so they think, hey, when the next challenge comes along, don't just try it first and then see what happens,
Right. My 10-year-old watched one of the videos with me last night, and she thought it was really stupid, but she's a young girl. She probably my kids don't have any desire to rip a Band-Aid off of their knee, let alone have duct tape splattered all over their body or plastered all over their body. I just tell them, you got to think a few steps ahead. I was raised with my grandmother, so I think I've always seen the danger in everything. I'm always thinking like, well, if I do this, well, then how am I going to get out of it, and what's going to happen? And obviously, teenagers are impulsive by nature. I really don't think that they meant any harm. I'm sure his kid's friend did not mean for him to be so seriously injured, and I think he's very sad and upset about it. Skyler is.
Would you, are you the type of parent that would go check the bedroom of your kids to see if there's like 5 or 6 rolls of duct tape?
Probably, no, I don't think so.
But is this to the point where parents have to be on social media, finding out about all these trends, then making sure and talking with their kids about it every time? Or
not every time. I think you got to know your kid, and every kid is different. Some kids display more risky behaviors than others. Remember Johnny Knoxville and the Jackass show? This is like the new era of that.
Yeah.
And frankly,
but everyone's doing it at home instead of watching it on TV.
And I don't know. It's like, okay, great. Your video's been viewed now many millions and millions of times. What did you get out of that? You're seriously injured and embarrassed.
They're 14. They think it's cool. Well, anyway, I think it's good to know that this stuff exists as adults, and keep an eye on all these different challenges.
Yes.
JK, good to see you.
Good to see you as always. Thank you.
Do you believe I can heal you by touching you?
I do, because you have such good chi, Mike.
Listen to her.
You've got
She's not with you every day, all day.
That's fair. She's lost her mind.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, the director of the movie Grease from way back in the day says he recovered from an infection after John Travolta got involved.